Awaken to wholeness. Bird Day and the sacred flight of 2026. On this bright and cold January 5th, 2026, Bird Day, I find myself reflecting on the gentle, profound symbolism of birds in love and how perfectly they mirror the heart of 2026. For those of you who don't know, I do have a YouTube channel called 2026 and the Unique Ornaments, and I'm about to reveal what the lyrics mean in this video. So if you're seeing this video first, you're going to see what the words mean. And if those people saw my YouTube video first, they're going to find out what the words mean. Either way, let's get into it. Lovebirds, those vibrant little parrots, have long been nature's living emblem of devotion. They choose one partner and stay bonded for life, sitting shoulder to shoulder, and they preen each other's feathers with tender care, feeding one another beak to beak. Bird Day, language as courtship, communication as flight. This Bird Day song operates as a lexical ecosystem, a living environment built from words that mirror how connection, arousal, trust, and meaning develop without ever having to need explicit description. Like birds themselves, the song relies on signals, calls, proximity, rhythm, and response rather than force or exposure. At its core, the piece explores sex as communication, not an act, but a process. Birds as analogy, not illustration. Birds have long symbolized intimacy because they court, signal, choose, pair, nest, and cooperate. This song leans into that tradition, but modernizes it through the language clusters rather than narrative scenes. Each stanza becomes a murmuration of meaning. Individual words, simple on their own, powerful information. The repeated invocation of birds act like a refrain or wing beat, reminding the listener that what's being described is natural, rhythmic, and alive. The three voices, W, M, and U. The letter interruptions, W, M, and U, are structural rather than lyrical. They are movement markers, not song content. The W in the lyrics is really me. These lines emphasize ease, awakening, discourse, essence, and peace. They represent initiation through language and attentiveness. Words like Alⅳe, converse, communicate, establish that intimacy begins through mutual presence, not urgency. M is for Migᵫl in his cloak. His voice centers inspiration, realization, interaction, constitution. It reflects the response and resonance of one partner and how one partner receives, processes, and mirrors energy back. The language deepens from calm into emergence and birth and rebirth, suggesting trust forming through exchange. The you in us is vocabulary shifting into collaboration, negotiating meaning intention. This is where intimacy becomes shared authorship. Desire is no longer individual, it's co-created. The birds are no longer calling across distance, they're flying together. Language as foreplay, meaning as consent. Notice how often the song returns to the conversation. Talk, discourse, confabulate, speak, negotiate, collaborate. This is deliberate. The song reframes sex not as a physical intimacy, but as dialogue, a back and forth where arousal grows through understanding. Even words like arousal and titillation appear alongside. Humor, meaning ethos, intention. Pleasure is contextual, and pleasure is not isolated. This creates the teachable moment. Intimacy thrives when simulation and communication develop together. Emotion before action. The emotional arc moves from ease, awakening, stimulation to realization, interaction, meaning to tranquility, contentment to partnership. This mirrors both healthy relationships and bird behavior. There is no rush. Nesting only happens once safety is established. Here's why this matters on Bird Day. National Bird Day exists to protect life. Unfortunately, life gets exploited. Likewise, the philosophy of 2026 frames sex as sacred, consensual, and sustaining with adults. It is not consumptive. By pairing Bird Day with this song, the work reminds viewers that life continues through care, desire grows through trust, and action requires protection. Birds are teachers. In conclusion, flight is shared meaning. This song for Bird Day does not tell listeners what to feel. I'm creating conditions for feeling, much like bird song itself. People may sing along, drift through the words, or simply let the cadence pass through them. That openness is intentional. Bird Day here becomes a meditation on how language can court, listening can arouse, and meaning can take flight. It is never forced, it's only because it's ready.
Swallow awakening, AlⅢe's essence heard. Comfort, relish, stimulation, talks, puffs, bird.